everybody, I'm Tatsudoshi.
And I'm Corn Bourbon.
And today's review is on The Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Whee!
Alright, now before we go any further in this review, if you're thinking anything like I thought when I saw the commercials for this movie, then this is an intimidating movie, and you're thinking, oh my god, this is going to be awful. It's going to be terrible. It's going to ruin the career of George Clooney single-handedly. A deed that not even Batman could do. Well, you're wrong.
Aww.
Yeah. First and foremost, drop all pretenses when going in to see this movie as far as, getting it, renting it, whatever you're going to do with it. Go in not expecting anything. Go in, just clear your mind. And you will see what an actually good movie this is. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I was surprised myself.
So let's start with you.
All right.
Just impressions of the movie.
This is the Fantastic Mr. Fox, and you think it starts to look like that. What's the word I'm looking for? Kind of British, clayish, cartoony.
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit. It kind of has that atmosphere, but it plays a little darker. It's mostly filled with animal creatures rather than humans that look like they just got pancaked in the face.
Right.
But it was surprisingly weird, but enjoyable and funny and all that. And start from the beginning of it.
Well, first thing first, this was based off of a book, children's story, about a fox who steals from three very wealthy businessmen who, they have everything. There's a Bodges, Bunce, and Bean. And children have a little eerie rhyme about him. I'm not going to sing it.
But, it's surprisingly, it's filled with a lot of well-known actors.
Meryl Streep plays Mrs. Fox. George Clooney is the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Bill Murray plays Badger.
Yeah, the Badger.
All the animal creatures pretty much have normal names. It's like
for some of them.
Fox is Fox. Mrs. Fox has a name, but really she's just called Mrs. Fox. Badger's Badger. They have names. It's really hard to remember the names when you're like, oh, he's just the possum guy or whatever. The only one that I can really
speak about that possum.
well, pace yourself. But the only real name I remember is because, aside from Bodges, Bunce, and Bean, the three main villains of the movie, is Christopherson. Because they said his name all the time. They did not stop saying Christopherson. Every time the character Christopherson was on screen, Christopherson. That's really the main complaint I have with this movie.
So it's quite impressive you said that.
Christopherson. Yeah, Christopherson. It's a difficult name to say, and Christopherson.
And Christopherson.
Seriously, when you see this movie, you will be blown away at how many times they say Christopherson.
That is true. But he was a cool.
He was the character.
He was like that character that the guy that was just basically perfect in every way. It's like he was good at sports. He was good at karate.
He was a nice guy. Everybody liked him. And I'll be honest, when movies and TV shows make the characters like everybody likes him. He's awesome. He's the dude. It's like, I fucking hate those guys. I loved Christopherson.
Because he had
was
style
awesome.
to it. Yeah.
He was not a douchebag about it. It's like, that classic 80s villain guy who's like, I'm rich and this is my douchebaggy friend, not so rich. See, that's the kind of character this guy, Christopherson, is. But he doesn't have the douchebaggy air around him. He's like, he can do all that stuff, but he's not an asshole about it. He's actually the nice guy. But,
right, but going back on the movie.
It starts. The movie basically opens with the characters Mr. Fox and Mrs. Fox,
right,
who aren't married yet, try and get squab.
Squab.
Which they have a 2-minute discussion on. What the fuck's a squab?
I don't know, something. But
it's some sort of bird or something. It's like a chicken, right?
But anyway, and Mr. Fox this is like basically what he does because it's in his genes or whatever. It's like it's his thing. He knows how to steal. Any kind of bird, chicken, geese, goose, whatever.
He's a thief. He's a fox. He's sly. That's what his thing is.
Right.
But the story goes through is basically Fox has to quit stealing chickens and all that because his girlfriend, which is, don't remember her name, but played by Meryl Streep, which is a great voice cast, and she's pregnant, so he has to stop, and he gets a job working at a newspaper for animals, and it just becomes a humdrum life, and it's basically his midlife crisis. Right. He moves everybody out of their little hole in the ground into a tree, and he has this plot to steal turkeys, chickens, and cider from Bodges, Bunce, and Bean, the three main
villains. They're supposed to be like the three baddest guys that run these three big giant companies.
Right.
And since Fox wants to, misses his old days after becoming a thief or whatnot, he plans on wanting to do it again. So, so basically it runs down to, the fact that Mr. Fox, he does that. I mean, he wants to get through it, but he wants to still keep it secretive. So he brings his little companion. Was it a possum?
It was a possum.
Right, but that had the creepiest thing. It could have been a screamer. His face.
I know.
When he does that, he just kind of blanks out, and he just kind of, yeah. And it's just,
I can't even tell if you're listening to me. Are you listening to me? Give me some sort of sign that you're listening to me. Any sign at all.
But yeah, this movie had the most creepiest face-ups I ever seen in a movie.
I will agree. It had some creepy close-ups.
Are you listening to me? I look into your eyes and I can't tell whether you're getting anything I'm saying.
But the story's not exactly anything new. It reminds me of Chicken Run, where it's like, oh, we gotta break out, we gotta do this, we gotta fend for ourselves, we have to, be true to our animal instincts and so on and so forth.
Right. And that's basically the theme of the whole movie.
Be true to yourself.
It's like, even though these things they all have jobs like humans do. The badger and the beaver are lawyers,
the badger
and the bunny is a chef, and all. It was well, really, you guys are all,
you're animals.
You're great what you are, but you're also animals. Just don't
wild
forget that.
Fucking animals.
Right. So then the shit just basically blows over, and and the fox gets a little too greedy, and because he has that taste and he wants more of it. So then
it was supposed to be one job to steal a couple chickens once. And then it turned into, let's hit everybody and steal all of their shit.
Right.
So they him and the possum continuously hit these places and continuously steal from the same people over and over and over again. And of course, the three main villains are like, well, this needs to stop.
Right.
So Bodges, Bunce, and Bean, which I'll do a little information about them. Bodges is a big fat guy. Big and fat. He eats, 6 chickens every meal, every day, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert.
Right. It's a lot of chickens.
It's a lot of chickens, and he weighs. What did they say? He weighs as much as a baby rhinoceros or some shit like that. And if you look, little side note, if you actually pay attention and you're looking at Bodges' scale when he's weighing himself, when they say about him weighing as much as a baby rhinoceros, it says target weight 284, and he's at 360 or some shit.
Yeah,
so it's and he's not a big guy as far as height, so he's really fat looking. So
and then we get to the next guy,
which is Bunce. He's my personal favorite.
He's the opposite of basically the big fat guy. He's small as
he's a midget.
Right.
No offense, not gonna try being politically correct here. He's a midget. Right. He's a midget. He's a midget. He's a midget. Midget. Tiny one. Itty bitty. Itty bitty. Itty bitty. Little bit.
So and then
actually
Bill. I would say I don't know why we were asking say the characters because Bill Murray actually as the beaver.
Bill Murray. He explains all. Bill Murray as the badger explains all this, but just to give you a little insight on who are the villains. Bunce is really itty bitty, teeny tiny, inty winty.
Right. and he does something.
Drink your gun.
Oh my god. He does something with donuts, right? Or
He has goose.
Yeah,
he raises geese.
Right.
And every day, for his meals, his diet consists of donuts filled with goose.
What's his Yeah, this is gross. Yeah, and then we go to the final bad.
Bean is the badass.
Right, he's the leader.
He carries a gun, and he makes alcoholic cider, and he chugs it. He doesn't eat, he only drinks cider. Every day, as every meal. This man has pure alcohol for blood.
Alright, so he is
mad.
He is evil.
He is mad, he is pissed off, he's got a gun, he's gonna shoot you.
So, and that's basically the three villains. So
the local human children sing a kind of airy little rhyme about him. Here, listen to this.
Focus, bunch, and bean. One fat, one short, one lean. These horrible groups are different in looks, but nonetheless equally mean.
And summation, I think you just got to not do it, man. That's all.
Fox, he tries to trick them all out, but then they hunt him down. He has like a tree house, and they blow him up. I mean, they start digging at his house, and then they find out where he lives, and they blow him up. I'd say blow off his tail.
Right.
Which, sucks.
They blow off his tail, and their entire family has to move underground, and then they have to recover what they lost from there.
Right. So they blow. They go like a big giant strings. They blow up their tree. And
it's just I'll be honest, it kind of reminded me of Avatar, where it's like, I'm gonna take missiles and blow up your tree. It wasn't even a fight. You know how it's like, maybe the Fox will fight back, and maybe no, it's a fucking massacre. It's not even funny. It's like, damn, why? You're going all of this for one fucking, poison them. Do something. That's even more humane.
That's like the only thing they didn't do.
That's the only thing they didn't do. The thing is they tried to drown him. They got bulldozers and they ripped up an entire hill just to get to these guys.
They had all their workers with sharpshooters.
They got sniper rifles and I wish I was joking. They got sniper rifles. They used dynamite. They went all out, and it was just war.
Right.
And it was a one-sided fight. It wasn't even funny how mean they were being to these creatures. And it's like, I'm no animal activist. I mean, I'm not someone who's like, save the endangered walrus with one tooth. I don't give a shit. But this was just cruel.
But and
it really, the thing is it really does push these guys in from just mean people to real villain status,
right.
Which is a hard thing to do. These guys went from just a bunch of douchebags with a lot of money to villains very quickly, and they tried to establish that as well as possible, which was a very good storytelling as far as I'm concerned. But
basically,
long story short, they fight back, they win. It's pretty much this typical, oh yay, beginning, middle, end, good, gonna do something went wrong, now everything's okay. It's nothing new, it's nothing fantastic as far as, it's not a fantastic story, but it's a good story.
Well, I was gonna say, it was kind of a little inventive and stuff, because usually it didn't have that happy ending. It was like, oh, we did our home and did, it wasn't adapted.
Yeah, they just adapted.
Because it's like no matter what happened and shit, they made what they had.
Yeah, they made do what they had. Yeah, they're like
because these guys they blew, and not only that, but all the forest creatures got mixed up in this. So and he was just like, don't worry, guys, we're winning this because I'm the Fox and I'm cool with shit. But he never wanted to really admit that. Oh boy, I fucked everybody up.
Yeah.
So, but at the end, it's kind of he kind of realizes that, and then he tries to make right for it. They're saying, I'm sorry, guys. Let's all get together, and it's not just me, it's everybody else. So they try to do that, and then they adapt to their surroundings and stuff. They don't really have anything. They try to make.
So I think the moral of the story is, if you take any animal anywhere, they'll adapt. So it's okay to kill a bunch of them and then move them somewhere else.
Right.
No.
But
yes.
Yes, that is absolutely true. Wow, you hit it right on the head there. Huh?
Why did you say yes?
Because I agree with you.
You're a bad man!
Oh man.
I'm gonna go find something to hit you with.
No, it was basically the same. You know,
Make do with what you have.
Make do with what you got. You know, and you know you can be happy as long as you have each other and all that goodness.
Some amazing performances vocally by some great, well-established actors.
Right.
You're not looking at voice actors here. You're looking at actors who are putting their voice into something.
Right.
Now, this didn't make a lot of money. This is another one of those movies. I think it made 14 million worldwide.
Right.
Which is
not a lot.
not too much, considering a lot of box office hits can bring in, you know, say a couple hundred million pretty easily, even if they're not good movies. This was a good movie, and it deserved a little bit more attention.
And yeah, it's another one of those movies that, you know, because of the way it looked and the way it had that feel, a lot of people were like, oh, I don't know about that, but once you actually saw it, it was a great movie in disguise.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's one of those movies that it deserved more than it had, I guess.
Yeah, I would say so.
But amazing performances by everyone in the cast. I mean, you're gonna see.
Yeah, the characters were likable and memorable, and you know, the story was, you know, typical, but it was fun.
I'll be honest with you. There's one character that I can't really remember which brother it was, but it was either Luke Wilson or Owen Wilson, and he was in it. And I don't normally like him, but he kind of played the character really well. I think it was Owen Wilson as like what was he, like a bear of some sort?
Bear.
Polar bear or something? I don't remember.
I don't know.
He was like a PE teacher. I don't know what he was.
Oh yeah, there we go. I totally forgot about that character.
Let's see some hustle.
Coach, we don't have whack bat where I'm from. What are the rules?
There's no whack bat on the other side of the river?
No, we mostly just run grass sprints or play acorns.
Huh. Well, it's real simple. Basically, there's 3 grabbers, 3 taggers, 5 twig runners, and the player at whack bat. The center tagger lights a pine cone, chucks it over the basket, and the whack batter tries to hit the cedar stick off the cross rock. Then the twig runners dash back and forth until the pine cone burns out and the umpire calls hot box. Finally, at the end, you count up however many score downs it adds up to and divide that by 9.
Got it.
Yeah, he only had a bent, but yeah, the guy with the bent nose and shit. Yeah, he did. He had a bent nose. It's like his trademark.
My apologies, you're not a very good actor, but that's very rude.
What?
It's like, hey, you got a big mole on your face.
Mullet. No, he does. I mean, he does have a bent. He has a bent nose, and he knows he has a bent nose.
He fixed it,
no,
kind of.
He didn't. But yeah, he actually played a role. You know, it was a short role. He actually played a pretty good role. And
It wasn't bad.
They all did. So, all in all, it's a good.
It's a good movie. It's got 2 basic storylines, which is the main storyline, and then the storyline of Mr. Fox's son coming of age and becoming, you know, himself, not following his father's footsteps,
and
not being in his,
trying to find out who he is.
Right, trying to find out who he is, and he has the opposition of that is Christopherson, and Christopherson's kick ass. Come on, he's kick ass.
He is.
Why don't you take off your shoes? So I won't break your nose when I kick you.
Don't do that.
Why'd you take your shoes off?
So I don't break your nose when I kick it.
Perfect line, perfect delivery. It was funny, it was charming, the acting was good, everything was good. It's a B+. It's an above average movie.
Right.
It's nothing fantastic. I mean, the title kind of lies.
It's kind of like the amazing.
It's a relatively good Mr. Fox. Nothing fantastic. Definitely good.
But still, all in all, a must see. I mean,
You gotta
at least look at it.
You gotta watch it.
Let's
once.
watch it. This is definitely a rental.
If you don't like it, put it down. You don't need to talk about it again. But it's at least give yourself the benefit of the doubt and watch the damn movie. Don't be such a prude. It took forever to get you to watch this movie. It took a week. It took a week.
Oh, hey, I got a very busy schedule doing sleeping and eating and sleeping and don't forget pooping. Pooping's a big one. And but you know, I had to squeeze that in. And I was watching other movies and anyway, but it was a good movie. I enjoyed it, and you probably will enjoy it too.
You'll enjoy it. You'll definitely enjoy it.
So
Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's definitely a watch movie. Go out, go see it. Why are you still listening to us? Go watch it. Till next time. Later, bitches.